amid rising global fuel prices triggered by the West Asia conflict, the centre has moved a cushion the impact on air travel in India. Civil Aviation Minister Mohan Naidu has urged states to reduce VAT on aviation turbine fuel to prevent a sharp rise in airfares. According to sources, the minister has written to chief ministers ahead of April 1 fuel price revision. The move comes as global crude prices surge due to escalating tensions in West Asia, putting pressure on airline operating costs. Sources say that the centre is seeking relief for both airlines and passengers by pushing states to rationalize taxes on jet fuel. Currently, VAT on aviation turbine fuel goes as high as 25% in states like Delhi, significantly increasing costs. Officials indicate that discussions are ongoing between centre and the states with hopes of arriving at a solution soon. With fuel costs forming a major chunk of airline expenses, any reduction in VAT could play a crucial role in keeping airfares in check. There's a big story that we are tracking at the moment. Centre has urged states to cut VAT on aviation fuel. This is to ensure that the soaring cost of aviation fuel is in check and that the passengers are not burdened with it. What we understand is that Civil Aviation Minister Mohan Naidu has urged states to reduce VAT on aviation turbine fuel to prevent a sharp rise in airfares. Now, according to sources, the minister has written to chief ministers ahead of the April 1st fuel price revision. The move comes as global crude prices surge due to escalating tensions in West Asia, putting pressure on airline operating costs. Sources say that the centre is seeking relief for both airlines and passengers by pushing states to rationalize taxes on jet fuel. Currently, VAT on aviation turbine fuel goes as high as 25% in states like Delhi, significantly increasing costs. Officials indicate that discussions are ongoing between the centre and the states with hopes of arriving at a solution soon. Now, with fuel costs forming a major chunk of airline expenses, any reduction in VAT could play a crucial role in keeping airfares from skyrocketing. My colleague Sabia, in fact, joins in. Sabia, it's a big decision that has been taken with regard to the white kerosene or the fuel that powers jet airplanes. Now, the question over here is that will this measure be enough? Because there has been pressure from several sides, fuel, of course, being one, but there's been pressure with regard to sudden cancellations. There have been a lot of mounting debt issues also coming with the airlines as such. So they have to offset it somewhere. But this seems to be the first place to, in fact, go ahead and cushion it when it comes to passengers.
That's right, Verghese. See, the flights, several companies, in fact, in the past have asked the Union Minister Mohan Naidu to intervene and ask the state government to cut the VAT. Now, if you talk about the national capital charges around 25% VAT, and we know that national capital is one of the busiest airport in the country, which between 24 to 25. The highest VAT is being charged by Tamil Nadu, which is around 29%, and the Maharashtra airport, Mumbai airport, also being one of the busiest, charges around 18% VAT. Now, Verghese, the turbine fuel clearly makes up to 30 to 40% of the charges of the airline charges. Now, Mohan Naidu has written a letter to all the chief ministers asking them that at this particular time, when there is a lot of uncertainty as far as the prices of the crude oil is concerned, and even the crude oil is coming in sufficient amount or not. So at this particular time, he has requested all the chief ministers to reduce the VAT so that the airlines and the passengers would not face consequences. Because, Verghese, from April 1st onwards, we are going to see revised prices of the turbine fuel, which will come into effect. So the passengers are likely to see a hike as far as the price of the tickets are concerned. So already, if you talk about the summer, we are seeing that 12% less flights are functioning because of the unavailability of the turbine fuel, because the last price which has been recorded, it was recorded at $195 per barrel. So clearly the airlines have urged the ministry to intervene, and the ministry has written a letter to all the chief ministers, hoping that the chief ministers will reduce the VAT and providing some relief to the airlines as well as the passengers. And also we are learning from the sources that the ministry is also in touch with the officials of several state governments across the state to make sure that the VAT prices are being reduced so that the ticket prices does not rise much.
Also, at the same time, now there are several challenges that have been facing the industry. Fuel is just one kind of challenges, but they are also looking at other cuts if possible, especially when it comes to the parking fees and others for a small time of period until the crisis in West Asia settles or something like that. But it looks like now the airlines have been asking for support when it comes to the situation in West Asia, if it is going to continue for quite some time.
That's right, Verghese. See, the government had intervened. In fact, if you remember the time when the indigo crisis was going on, at that particular time, the government had introduced capping on the prices, but lately they have removed the capping on the prices as well. Now the airlines time and again had requested the aviation minister as well as the ministry to intervene and ask the state government to reduce the prices of, to cut the prices on VAT. In fact, lately the aviation ministry also had said that 60% of the tickets of different airlines has to be kept free, and the passengers would be given an option to choose their tickets without giving extra payment. So some sort of relief have been given to passengers, but the wider picture is that from April 1st, Verghese, we are going to see an increase in the prices of the airlines, because there's going to be revised turbine fuel prices. So the prices are expected to go up, and that is the reason why the ministry has written letter to all the chief ministers of the state across the country and asked them to reduce the VAT prices as soon as possible, because states like Tamil Nadu and the national capital Delhi charges between 29 to 25% VAT.